It's the 2013 Stanley Cup Playoffs presented by Geico, the ultimate in Stanley Cup Playoffs. From TD Garden in Boston, a Game 7 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. The number 4 seed, the Boston Bruins, playing host to the number 5 seed, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Time now for the Honda Pilots starting goalies for this Game 7. And the two goaltenders that have been going at it since the start of this series. It'll be James Reimer. This was considered to be perhaps the weak link for Toronto in this series. He was pretty good in the first 4 games. He's been terrific in the last 2, both 2-1 wins for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And on the other end, Tuukka Rask played in only one other Game 7. Not a great memory. It was a loss here against Philadelphia in 2010 on the Flyers' way to the Stanley Cup Finals. So Rask will try to erase that memory as the Leafs and the Bruins, 80-plus years of a rivalry in the National Hockey League, and this is only the 3rd Game 7 that these two franchises have gone head-to-head. David Krejci with his familiar line mates of Nathan Horton and Milan Lucic. They have done the bulk of the scoring for the Bruins out against the line that Randy Carlyle never ran in the pregame warmups, but that's not unusual for him as McClement is out here with Fratton and Van Riemsdyk. As Lucic on the far side tips it ahead, could be a 2-on-1 here. Krejci with Horton. Gardner, the only man back, a shot, save, rebound, chance to stop by Reimer, and then off the side of the net. It is cleared aside by Gardner. And neither team has been particularly effective on the power play, although Toronto a little bit better at 4 for 18 compared to the Bruins, who have scored just 3. Also on 18 opportunities is Van Riemsdyk, trying to slide it to the Kessel. Big collision there with Chara. They both went down. As Foote, who had a huge goal in Game 6 last night, but now it is Chara sending it all the way back into the Toronto zone.
And Boston is playing ugly. Look at Chara and Van Riemsdyk behind the play. Chara just threw him down to the ice, and there will be no penalty on the play. Wow.
Well, Brian, you know well that how a game is officiated can go a long ways to the outcome, especially if one team really wants to play more aggressive physically than the other.
No doubt. I watched Zdeno Chara in the warm-up. He skated and he almost wore himself out. The concentration on his face was fantastic.
Oh, big collision there. Grabowski and Kelly, but the least controlling here is Jake Gardner. Sends it on the far side, a one-timer, and it trickled through Raskin just wide out the near side. Grabowski knocked away by McQuaid. MacArthur sends it around. John Michael Lyles with it now. Beverly's penalty is over. He's got to stay and serve the other 2, but Sean Thornton is out. Team's at full strength. Kuhlman straight away for Lyles. Winds up, lets it go, and it's blocked up on the netting and out of play as McQuaid and Grabowski going at it.
John Michael Lyles had a fantastic shot from the point. He kept it low, and it was labeled for just inside the far goal post. Look at the screen in front. Tuukka Rask never saw it. He was looking to his left, and the puck was going to his right. Look at Rask. That was just a reaction. He could feel it coming, and it just grazes by. Look at the Kelly hit on Grabowski. Grabowski was trying to go into the middle of the ice. Chara behind the play with Van Riemsdyk. Throws him down. Greco-Roman wrestling, yeah, he's got a history of it. His dad was one in the Olympics. There was a little bit of it right there. Van Riemsdyk is not a small guy, but Chara is gigantic.
Yager chips it ahead, Marchand. So the second chip for this combination. Bergeron almost knocked it out of midair, as Reimer was just off the post of it, a giveaway by the Leafs. But a pass is intercepted in the high slot by Fratton. He'll send it back the other way. Number 32, a former Boston Bruins draft pick, who was part of the Thomas Caberlet trade, is in his 2nd ever Stanley Cup playoff game here in a Game 7 on the road. Bronson giveaway. Barkowski walks in with a shot. He scores!
.50-50 pucks, play along the wall. Boston Bruins have done it so far. They pull the puck off the wall and get it to Matt Barkowski. He's the one that kept the puck in his zone in the first place. Then Lucic is up against Franzen, but they control the puck. Barkowski in the middle, a little bit of a screen there, but Reimer looked like that one beat him low on the stick side. Barkowski gets a lot of penetration. There's a moving screen in front of him, and that is David Krejci. Positioning in front of the net. The Boston Bruins are taking it Toronto at every level. They finally got one goal to show for it.
Up the far side now. Lead pass. Now it bounces off a Lupul. He's behind the defense. He's in. What a save! And a penalty coming against Chara.
Joffrey Lupul is a very opportunistic player. He's a very streaky scorer, and he's got great wheels. Got a couple of goals in this series already, and the Tuukka Rask just robbed them on this play as he came in all alone.
Put up now for Kessel, who had gone down but quickly got back up. Hands it off now. Franson fakes. Gets one shot blocker to the ice. Now to Kessel. Tried to redirect the pass. It eventually comes to put up. Back to Kessel. He waits. Looks, sends it across. Just misconnecting with Franson. Paille over on him. Nice job by the Toronto defenseman, though, to keep it alive. As Lupul. Now for Kessel. 10 seconds on the power play. A drive by put up. Save. Rebound. Rask is down. They score.
Cody Franson puts in a rebound there, moved in from the point, but it's just good old-fashioned hammer it from the point and get a rebound. Tuukka Rask couldn't find it in the pile, and Cody Franson moved in and found it. They go from low to high, get it to number 3. There's an alleyway. No, what? Look at Franson off to the side of the net. Everybody thinks on the Boston Bruins that Rask has it just for a moment, but he stopped the initial shot, couldn't handle it. James Van Riemsdyk is the reason why. Van Riemsdyk has his stick in there, gets a good whack at it, loosens it up, and as he's being pushed away from Dougie Hamilton, the rebound is put in by Franson. So after a terrific start, physically, puck possession-wise, and everything in the Boston Bruins, it's 1-1.
In deep, Boychuk protects and hands off to Chara. Less than half a minute remaining in the first. Now Chara again angles it off the boards. Tyler Seguin will just lift it safely into the Toronto end. Clock winding down, final 12 seconds of this first period of Game 7. Picking away Bergeron in front, just missed Yager with that hard pass. And the Leafs come up with it and chip it back out to center ice. So the first period will come to an end. Each team with 12 shots, each team with 1 goal. There's Cody Franson, the goal scorer for Toronto on the power play. Lucic, Krejci, and Horton, ironically, that struggled for long stretches of the regular season, have been so dominant in this series, while the rest of the line's a goal apiece. And he said, yes, he's very much surprised, and that's part of the reason we see Yager on the line with Bergeron as it comes back down to Bartkowski. Loose puck right in front of the Toronto goal, and it's cleared back the other way. And
yeah, the Bruins have kept their top lines together over the last couple of years. Oh, now that is a tough fall into the boards.
Yes, and Kadri is going to get a penalty. Boychuk is down. Delayed call. Play is going to continue here as Bartkowski, now it's taken away by Kessel. And Brian, the Bruins can ill afford to have any other defenseman,
that's for sure,
get hurt.
Boychuk was just kind of clearing his eyes as he came back to the bench here, going back to the wall. Anytime you turn and go, get a little bit off balance here. The ice is that much more slippery at the beginning of a period. It's smooth. There's no way it's going to slow you down. So when he goes down there, he's got absolutely nothing to stop him. He gets tweaked around, shoved off balance, and goes in sideways. And he literally was sort of blinking his eyes as he came back to the bench, but he appears to be okay. Kadri's in the box.
Now Colburn didn't get across the red line. Neutral zone turnover. Campbell looks to the front, goes off the pad of Reimer, and picked up by Colburn on the far side. He'll start it back. Here's Flatton now, trying to cut in Bartkowski. Broken up, and he gets a shot away. Did a good job of avoiding Tuukka Rask, too, which may have drawn a penalty, and back goes Marchand the other way. Trying to go through 3 players, drops it back instead of Yager. One-timer there by Bergeron. It was in his feet. Clark MacArthur turns it back the other way. Grabowski, angled to the boards by Hamilton. MacArthur, nice feed out to the right point. Franson with the drive, he scores! Cody Franson will have his 2nd goal of this Game 7, and the Maple Leafs have a 2-1 lead.
Talk about the guy with the magic touch. Cody Franson with this shot from the point, the puck flips up a little bit, so it has a real different look going at Tuukka Rask. Yeah, there was a screen in front, there usually is, but see if you can pick it up when Franson shoots from the point. He'll stop it and shoot it. And anytime you hit a puck that's on edge or rolling a little bit, it just has a little bit of a different look. His delivery was terrific. He sort of disguised it. You can see that the trajectory that it took, and it went underneath the arm of Zdeno Chara. That's the thing when you come out and you try to block shots and you don't block them. Your goaltender is at your mercy, and Tuukka Rask just never saw that one after it got by Chara.
Hansen held it in. Now MacArthur looks again out front. Got here. Oh, what a save by Rask. Got Jake Gardiner, and another nice pass to the point by Clark MacArthur.
MacArthur good along the wall again, and yeah, the defense getting involved for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Gardiner, who's got excellent offensive skills, he has moved right in the prime scoring area in the slot.
Wow.
He pulled the trigger on that one quickly. That is a terrific save by Tuukka Rask.
Horton back for Lucic, just misconnecting, and there's Dion Phaneuf right back at it.
And he made a great play at the net there, lifting Lucic to stick right away. Lucic right back after Dion Phaneuf.
Well,
he wants to go.
Well, Phaneuf gave him a stick in the back of the leg as Lucic was skating away. And now Lucic, I think, is getting the only penalty. He wants to be careful that he doesn't get more than the 2 he's going to get.
Yeah, that's for sure. He is really pushing the envelope here. Dion Phaneuf just stood back and took it. It started behind the net. Dion Phaneuf came back, and he wasn't limping, that's for sure. When he went to the front of the net with Lucic, the stick-on-stick work was terrific and probably prevented a goal. Lucic was going there waiting for Horton to pass him the puck. Watch Dion Phaneuf. There's the play I'm talking about. Then they go behind the net. There's the first little shove. Phaneuf goes down, comes around, just
right
gives
there.
him a slap on the back. You know, it was far from vicious. I mean, he just slapped him. It wasn't exactly a big deal. Phaneuf knows that Lucic is tough. Phaneuf can go too, no doubt about that.
5 shots for Toronto, 1 for Boston in this second period of a Game 7 on Boston ice.
Well, it's the forecheck. Toronto's done a terrific job in this second period of it.
Bergeron throws it across the chance here, fired wide. Paille with a great chance, short-handed.
Toronto went to sleep. Paille all alone. Bergeron so smart to see him.
Ransom finally gets control, and Kadriel started back the other way. Able to find Grabowski on the near board. Sandwich between a couple of Boston defenders. Now the puck comes free. Grabowski. Great pass across. Wiles with a shot, and the save made by Rask.
Boy, what a shorthanded goal would have done. Mikhail Grabowski with a little extra pushing and shoving. Is he going to end up with 2 minutes here?
Now for Lupul. Hands it off down low for Kessel. Lupul tries to wrap it in front. Toronto player got knocked down. Oh, and then
Tuukka Rask lost his mask.
A punch to the face of Joffrey Lupul after he lost his mask, so the officials have to stop play.
That's why Rask threw the punch. Lupul was pushed into the paint, I believe by Zdeno Chara. There was a pileup, and in the collision, Rask's mask came off. That's why he was angry.
Goaltenders like to protect their crease. There goes the helmet. There goes the blocker. Lupul feeling it. Across now for Krejci. Out to the line. Hamilton. Beverly looking to the front. Goes off a stick to the near boards. Krejci has it again. Marchand back to Krejci. Half a minute left in the period. Right to the front. Tip. Loose puck. Backhanded by Marchand. And Reimer kept it out of there. Back to the line. Hamilton rolls it across for Krejci. Pressured by McClement. Good keep in there by Hamilton. Krejci down low. Now Krejci again. Aerial pass out to Hamilton. Shot deflected. Kuhlman couldn't get a stick on it. Here's Krejci again. 5 seconds left in the period. Down low. Centering pass. And this misfiring there was Marchand. It comes out to the point, but time is going to run out before Krejci even let that shot go.
Tremendous pressure on this Boston team right now because this upstart Toronto team is feeling it. You can see the enthusiasm they came out and just sat down on their bench with, Dave.
Third period underway as Phaneuf hammers it back into the Boston zone. Hamilton for Chara. Again, the Bruins lost the defenseman early in the game. Seidenberg, here's Marchand with a chance. Saved by Reimer, and the puck is cleared.
Oh, what a nice move by Marchand, pulling that puck in close to him and then zipping that wrist shot.
Skips off the stick of Markowski. Save made by Rask. And the Bruins dodge a bullet there as they control now. Boychuk out of his own zone. Lucic gets there now. Kessel getting some help from Van Riemsdyk. Turns, shoots up high, save, rebound, hit the post, and score! Kessel on the rebound. Bill Kessel makes it 3-1.
Hanging around at the right place, right on the edge of the crease. Phil Kessel has finally come out from that shadow that's been over him ever since he got traded to Toronto. Cashed in for his 4th goal now against the Boston Bruins in this series. And again, hard on the forecheck, turning pucks over. And it's Kessel that does it. Toronto gets it, loops around. They have time and space. Kessel went around behind the net. It was almost poked in by Kadri in the first place. Kadri had a chance and he hit the goalpost. Boston reactionary, not on top of the puck, not sharp with the puck. And there's Kessel using the back of the net. That's the easiest goal he's scored all year.
Tom Thornton sends it back to the front. Here's Campbell, puts it right in front. Chance here, knocked down. I'm not sure if it was Reimer or MacArthur that blocked it in front, but what a chance for the Bruins' 4th line there to get one back.
I think it's smart of Chara. Here comes Chara again, very aggressive. He represents a lot for the Bruins. I think he's got to step up offensively.
And now it creates a 2-on-1 the other way. Another chance, rebound, score! Kessel shot, rebound, Kadri, and it is a 4-1 Toronto lead.
Wow. So much time for the Leafs here on this 2-on-1. Chara did jump up, but the Boston Bruins forwards didn't fill in and read the play properly. Chara comes in, then Krejci steps up on the play when he shouldn't have. He should have been back taking Chara's place. A really smart shot by Phil Kessel. Kessel's looking low on the far side, and there was room. I was looking right over his shoulder. I almost thought that original shot was going to go in. It was a really good save initially by Tuukka Rask, but he has to kick the rebound out, and Nazem Kadri's timing is perfect, and he has virtually the empty net to shoot it into.
But now Reimer has a 3-goal cushion as Lucic looks to the front, gets it out front, a shot here, score! Nathan Horton buries one with 10:42 remaining. The Bruins back to within 2.
Milan Lucic coming back to the bench saying, come on, let's go, let's get it going. Lucic on the attack there was given some room and some time. He just carries it. Say if you can't get to the front of the net, get to the back of the net. He does, he has room and time. Horton found the soft spot. He's been the hottest Bruin in this series. He backs off, gets a little bit of room. It's on his forehand right away. He has to fish for it a little bit, and then he makes the shot as Reimer had to protect that near side post. And then you see the problem he has going from right to left, back to right again. Good shot by Horton, and a little bit of movement here for Boston.
Extra attacker on for the Bruins. Tuukka Rask off the bench. 6 skaters out here, 2-goal difference, minute and a half remaining in game number 7. Out to Zdeno Chara with a shot. Changes direction to the right, pad save by Reimer. Out to the point now. Bergeron across for Chara. He hammers one here. Save, rebound, and score! Bruins score! Like they did last night, late in game 6, to get to within 1. And this sets up a very interesting minute and 22 seconds.
Milan Lucic again, the most dominant guy. Just gets in good body position and refuses to give it up. They'll get the puck back to the point, and the shot hits the target. Lucic gets free, gets his hands free for a second. Reimer can't handle the rebound, and Toronto backing out of the way so that Reimer could see it. You can see Gunnarsson. Look at Gunnarsson moves out of the way. When he does that, he creates space and time for Lucic, and Gunnarsson can't recover to Lucic.
Up along the boards again. Out to the line, Yager sets it up here. Bergeron far side. Krejci back to Bergeron. Bergeron with a high shot and score! Bruins have scored to tie the game! Can you believe this?
There are people in the parking lot scrambling to get back into the building here in Boston. Bergeron with the shot from the point, and the big man is the screen. Look at 33, Zdeno Chara. He is going to camp in front of the net, and then Bergeron is going to pick his spots. How can I get it through? There is the shot. The crossing patterns in front of Reimer don't allow him to see it properly. Toronto does not do a good job out against Bergeron up high. And that is patience and skill from Bergeron, threading that one through with the big screen in front. Incredible.
Second goal of the series with just over 50 seconds remaining.
Toronto just wasn't putting enough pressure on the defenseman of Boston. And because of that, Bergeron was able to hold on and pick his spot. Reimer never saw that. It's a total eclipse when you have Chara in front of you.
Puck ends up in the corner. Beverly gets to it now for Chara. Chara starts it back, 20 seconds remaining in regulation. Marchand across the line. Reimer save, rebound chance! Poked away by Reimer! Oh, he gave up a rebound, and the Bruins were unable to get it back on goal.
Beverly, it bounced over his stick when he was trying to control it. He wanted one more second to shoot it, and it bounced on him. Beverly can't believe it. He is just looking up towards the heavens saying, really? I could have done it. I could have done it. Marchand with terrific speed just gets it on net. Here comes the big rebound off the toe. See how it's rolling? See how it bounced on him? He controlled it for a second. You'll get a real good look at it here. Bounce, bounce, and roll. As soon as he pushed his stick forward, the stick literally went right up underneath the puck. Beverly was robbed.
The only thing better than a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Playoffs is a Game 7 overtime.
Didn't matter because Krejci didn't even make an attempt at that. He wasn't ready for the faceoff.
So the Leafs get it into the Bruins zone to start this overtime, and a shot is steered aside by Tuukka Rask. Looks to the front, still hangs on. Now he hands it off. Seguin sends it right off the goaltender Reimer. Back to the front again. It never got all the way through. Now Marchand with it. Hands it off. Bergeron shot. Rebound chance in front. Seguin is there. Puck comes free. Score! From Dries Bergeron, who tied the game and won it in overtime.
Incredible. Incredible pressure by the Bergeron line that had so much trouble scoring all during this series, but not on that last shift.
And you know what? Because Jaromir Jagr had gone down the tunnel, we were told it was Tyler Seguin back on that line.
Yes.
With Bergeron and Marchand, and they deliver. What a comeback by Boston.
Tyler Seguin was everywhere in this overtime. He had some good scoring chances, and he was in the midst of all of this play as well, too. They keep the puck inside the zone. Marchand does a good job battling against Franzen. They get it back. That's the initial shot by Bergeron. And then battle in front of the net. Bergeron gets free and comes in.
Several times on that shift, Bergeron showed tremendous patience. When other players would have gotten rid of the puck, he held on to it, and then he comes back, and look at the jubilation on the faces of the Boston Bruins, and now the traditional handshake. Dion Phaneuf and Zdeno Chara. And now Phaneuf and Lucic. These teams have battled so hard, and this series has had so many ebbs and flows. Phil Kessel looked like he was going to completely shake the demons. Although, listening to his comments prior to Game 7, he already has. He's put it in the past. But he was such a big part of Toronto taking the lead with a goal and an assist. And then it all falls apart for Kessel and the Maple Leafs, and the Bruins are moving on.